All right. So, hey, today I want to talk about theology a little bit. And here's the thing about theology. Does anybody know what theology is? I'll tell you. All right. I bet some of you know, because here's the thing. Everybody in the room does theology. All of us do theology. The question is, are we doing good theology? All right. So theo, let's break down the word just for a minute. All right. Theo means God. Ology, the study of. Right? So theology is basically, and I'm going to dumb it down as best as I can, I will, no problem. I appreciate it too. See, I start with the dumbed down version and then I learn how to say it in a smart way. That's kind of where I start. But there's a lot of great books out there to help you do it. But essentially, it is just discovering what it is that we know or believe about our God. And so we're all doing this to some degree. Each one of you does theology, because how many of you guys in the room think about God? Yeah? All right. How many of you guys would say you have some ideas of like maybe who he is and how he does life? Okay. All right, good. So we're all doing it. You don't have to be a theologian to be doing theology. It comes naturally as we have this mind that loves to explore and think and, and ponder and dream and all that stuff. We're naturally doing this. So the question is never, are we doing it? It's whether or not we're doing good theology. Okay, so let me ask you this. How do you know that what you believe about God is true? Don't answer me. We're going to talk about it. It's just the question I want to pose. How do you know that what you believe about God is true? And so we're going to go over a couple of ways that people will kind of default and do theology. And sometimes it's because my favorite preacher or teacher said it's true. And so therefore, man, I just got so much trust in this guy. His name is Nick Griggs. He's a good dude. Man, anything he says, man, I just take it to the bank. I just trust. I don't verify, please verify. Never, I can't get it wrong, No, I'm kidding. I'm an imperfect person. So sometimes we're doing theology just by watching a sermon or listening to somebody that we like, and we're hearing what they say, and we're plugging it in, and we're saying, you know what, I'll go with that. Sounds good. I like that guy. Sometimes it's something we heard out of a movie, okay? How many of you guys have seen movies that deal with, spiritual things every once in a while? Usually very much around the Catholic Church, because that's the more, kind of, supernatural, like let's cast out the demons sort of, you got to get a guy and there's a priest, he lives in the little house or whatever, it's like you want to watch that movie. In fact, I got what Aaron calls the Exorcist Bible right here. I bought this Bible. I liked it because it was black, but it's got the red tassels. And he goes, man, you got the Exorcist Bible right there. And I said, all right, cool, man. We'll cast out some demons later. That's one way to look at it, right? So there's movies, right? So we're watching these movies, and we're learning stuff sometimes from a movie script. And that happens. Has anybody ever been there? Maybe you've even discovered, like, the movie lied to you. And you're like, well, that's not true. Okay, so that happens. Sometimes, we hear something, and it could be something theological, and we just think it sounds good, right? We like the way it sounds, and we're like, you know what? I'm going to believe that because I like that. That version of theology, it sounds good. And sometimes we do that. And listen, we're all guilty, including myself, of having these biases and these leanings. Sometimes a certain theological truth might just feel good. It's like if you got two options and one feels really good and happy, you might just go with the one that feels good, right? And just hope that you're not wrong. Keep your fingers crossed, But here's the thing. No matter how it comes, no matter how we're doing it, we're all doing theology on some level, and we're all shaping this image and this view of who we believe God to be, but we need to make sure, at least I would hope, that we're getting as close as we can to the truth. And the difference between right or wrong teaching, it can have a bigger impact on your life than you think. And it might not seem like it matters all that much, but it can. And listen, I'm a little disclaimer here. We're just having a conversation about theology. I'm not trying to tell anybody that you need to go read an 800-page book or anything like that, because I have those books. I like to read them, but I'm not saying that, and I'm not trying to make anybody feel like you don't know much. I'm just saying that we all believe stuff about God, and we should care that we know why we believe it, or we know that we're at least somewhat right. There's some evidence there to back it up, because it shapes the framework in which we see ourselves, the world around us, and how we see God. So beliefs are extremely powerful and impactful. And you guys already know that if you have a faulty belief about yourself, it's going to impact the way that you live your life. So it is true about God or the world around you. We want to get as close as we can to the truth so that we can live in deeper levels of freedom that God intends for us. Out of that framework of your beliefs, you will make choices. And from those choices, they will shape your life for better or worse. How many of you guys, just being honest, have had some beliefs in your life that shaped your life for the worse? Anybody? Okay, all right, yeah, same. All right, I probably have a longer list of that than I'm in process going the other direction. But I got a full list of bad beliefs that had led to some pretty rotten outcomes, right? And so I'm in the process of challenging everything that I believe and double checking and taking it to the Lord and making sure that He's triple checking so that I can live in as much freedom as possible, because I know what it's like to live in bondage, and it's not where I want to be. So again, I pose the question, how do you know what you know about God is true?